What's happening, people? It is your boy, Quarter Porter with Cheese, and we are here for another podcast. This one is Loosey Goosey. It's a gaming podcast. We're going to talk about just whatever gaming topics we can come up with. I know there's a big one right off the bat. We've already heard rumors of the of two new Switch versions coming out possibly this year. And I'm joined in the conversation by that man Bryce, who is making a consecutive return to the conversation. This man has been perfect attendance on all the podcasts so far, so I appreciate that man's support. And we are in here. Let's start off with that Nintendo Switch rumors of there's possibly a Switch Pro and then a cheaper version of the Switch. I guess you call it Switch Lite, if you will.
I think we call it the Switch Mini.
Switch Mini also works. Well, let me say that I've been waiting on Switch 4K, so I was sad to hear that the rumors said that it won't be as powerful as the PlayStation 4 or the Xbox One. So rest in peace.
4K.
Rest in peace to my dreams of having a Switch 4K edition. But as long as it's powerful enough to try to do some of the VR stuff, because I know they were talking about doing Resident Evil 7 as a VR game. So as long as it can run that and make it run somewhat smoothly and it actually be an enjoyable experience, I'm looking forward to the possibilities of maybe a potential Switch Pro with a 4K ability, or not 4K, VR gaming ability. So what do you think, my boy? What are you looking at with these rumors?
I think it's possible there's going to be another Switch, but I don't think it's going to be like 4K and all that. I don't think it's going to be all that, because I'm thinking of it like how they did the 3DS. Like, you know how they sort of downgraded it to like the 2DS and all that? Then they sort of upgraded it with the new 3DS, but that wasn't really anything special. Well, so it might, like, I think the Switch Mini is a definite possibility.
Well, the business model of the 3DS, I guess, kind of gave them the groundwork for how they could expand on the Switch. I saw a YouTuber present this idea. I didn't watch his video, but I did see the video where he had like the 3DS kind of paving the evolution of the Switch, which I guess it makes sense from a business model. You have your entry level, which is your regular Switch, and then you would have your Switch Pro, which would be like your new 3DS XL with the more processing power. And they added the little thumb C stick to the 3D.
That was actually really helpful.
and then you also have the 2DS, the cheaper version, which would be kind of like your cheaper version of the Switch. Probably doesn't have all the functionality like the 2DS didn't have the 3D of the original 3DS, but it could play all the same games. And of course, it probably didn't have as much processing power as the 3DS. But, I think that's probably for them, it's a good play, because then they can grab, more people that might be on the fence about a Switch. Let's say there's some hardcore gamers, which most of the hardcore gamers already have a Switch because of Smash Ultimate. So most people are either going to be selling their old Switches, or they're going to be forking over, just straight out buying another the upgraded, more powerful Switch, so they can focus more on their gaming stuff. I hope that they fix the network for this thing, because like right now as it is, there's no caveat to buying the more powerful Switch unless you get a better online experience. You know what I mean?
You're right, but I don't like, if they're gonna make a more powerful Switch, it's gonna have to be like it's not just gonna have to be like, yeah, you can load up your games faster. It's gonna have to be like something big. I think they can probably downgrade it for the Switch Mini, and I'll be fine with that. Like, people are saying that they're gonna make the Joy-Cons like actually a part of the thing, and not like you can't detach them, and there won't be any HD rumble, like things like that. I think that they might do that, and they'll just bump the price down a little bit.
With all the problems that people had with the controllers, like controller drift, them not staying connected to the Switch. Like my left Joy-Con, like I can push it up, and it'll slide right off without me having to press the release button on the back of it.
Yeah, mine does that as well.
So I mean, there was a lot of flaws with the with actual locking mechanisms. So I mean, that Switch Mini might have a good idea there. I mean, the HD
Yeah,
Rumble
just can't take them
disappearing,
all.
the HD Rumble disappearing might be a small, casualty you to pay. But I mean, having
Well,
the
they might be able to do HD ROM, but I just figured that it it will save them just a little bit. Like since it's going to be a down, like a I don't know how to phrase this, a nerf, I guess, a nerf to the actual Switch. They could take away. They might keep it in there,
I
but
guess it
I'm just thinking that they might
I
take it
guess
out.
it'll have more battery life too if you take out the Rumble
Yeah,
and
'cause-
stuff.
yeah, and not a lot of there's like very little games that actually use HD Rumble. It's just normal Rumble for most games.
Yeah, there's a few games that you can tell like they really make good use of it. Well, any most of
Yeah,
your
one of the games I was playing, Dundara's indie game. It's really good. That uses HD Rumble really well.
yeah, like most of the Nintendo first party titles will make use of the HD Rumble. Like I know Mario Odyssey had some spots in there where the HD Rumble came into play. They make sure that they use every feature of the game of
Yeah,
the
'cause it's there.
controllers.
Yeah,
So they've had years and years of figuring out how to implement the technologies that they add each console. So, but yeah, the other thing that I wanted to bring up was there was not a lot of people that it's just me and that man Bryce strong arming it like we did at the first of that one stream, that first of that
yeah,
one podcast, the actual live podcast. There's the Mario games. I brought this up during that. What's the worst Nintendo game you've ever played? And that was one thing that I wanted to throw to people. It might have even been the worst Mario game that you've ever played. And
uh,
on my things, I've been thinking about this, and probably I'd have to say that the worst Mario game I played was probably not even it wasn't a first party Nintendo title. So like I'm gonna focus in on the Nintendo titles that actually were made by Nintendo, like they developed and published the game. Probably the worst one that I've played, I'm gonna have to say, is probably gonna have to be Mario Sunshine. Is as
really?
much as that game was like touted and all that stuff, like it was probably one of the more difficult Mario games. I
Mm.
think it's actually probably the hardest Mario game like they've
A lot
made.
of people actually really liked it.
And
I haven't really played. Like I think I played it, but not like really completed it. I haven't really completed any Mario game because I was like a child when I played them.
and I mean, like the game for itself, the graphics have held up, but like I don't know, it was something about the controller, the shoulder and the shoulder buttons, how they are like basically they the has that like levels of pressure that you can apply to that. I see this man Adam. Let me drag him in, and Daniel
Yeah,
too.
Daniel's in
So
here as well. There we
we're
go.
joined by Adam
All right, we
and that
get
man
people
Daniel.
now.
We got a couple of live bodies in here.
You're just us, me and Porter
Hey,
talking.
We were discussing the worst Mario game that you've ever played, and I brought Mario Sunshine as mine. I was explaining to Bryce
bro.
the controls of Mario Sunshine with the small the pressure, like let's say like you want to squirt
There you go.
the backpack, the water, the flood basically, like the levels of pressure that you have to apply, you have to be really cognizant. I mean, like if you first picked up the game like several years after it was released, you might have difficulty with the controls for like large period of time before you finally get it.
Just like most games, like
But
most old games, if you pick them up.
yeah, like I was playing Mario 64, like, and I kind of stopped like near the end of it, but like I could still play Mario 64, like with little bit of difficulty, but like it's a lot more difficult playing it now than it was playing it back when it came out. Of course, your controller's all busted and everything now, and you're trying to play through that. But like basically, you have that was my thoughts on it. I mean, y'all feel free to disagree with that. I mean, what Mario game have you
I
played
mean,
that?
Surprisingly, I haven't really played. I'm not really on the Mario game. Like I haven't played Mario games like that. I
Hey
usually
man,
just play
does
them
Super
just because.
Smash Brothers Melee for the Nintendo GameCube count?
Yeah, we're talking about like the
That
actual
is a
Mario
game.
games.
Hey,
Yo.
bro, it is a Mario game. It has Mario on the cover. So
No, that's not a Mario game, my boy. They say Super Mario in the title.
it has Super. It counts. It counts.
Nah, Adam was
I
about to
don't
say
think
something.
so.
Yeah,
Adam-
let me hear what
Adam.
this man Adam actually plays Mario games, so I'm interested to see what he has to say.
Dude,
I mean, I still think that Mario Sunshine is a great game. It's like the control issue. That's just really just like over time because you really adapt to different games controls. Like if you play Mario Odyssey for so many hours, you normally adapt to that. But then when you go to an older Mario game, it's like these controls are weird and they don't really they're different adaptation to what you're used
honestly,
to.
I
So I feel like
Odyssey-
after so long, you'll adapt back to the original.
no, Odyssey's controls are easier. It's just the problem with Sunshine is that's like the base controls are like kind of hard. You know, Flood is like really hard to control. That's how I feel. You know,
That just really
Odyssey,
depends on your
Odyssey,
skill with them.
Odyssey, you get in, and
I
like
think
all
it's
the
just down to
base
preference.
Shit, all the
with
base shit
controls.
you know from any other recent 3D Mario, you like it's already there. Like you can jump, wall jump, and like shit like that. But then you got them advanced techniques, like those
Bro.
are like not that hard either.
Bro, Mario Galaxy was on point, my boy. Those
Mario
controls
Galaxy
were
is the
legit.
best Mario game. Fight
Bro.
me. Fight me right now.
I'm sorry. Once Galaxy came out, my boy, it like took the controls for Mario to like a whole nother level.
Bro, Mario Galaxy is amazing.
Bro,
You
my
are
favorite
Mr.
Mario
Gay.
game, dude, is freaking her Super Mario 3D World for the PS4.
This man.
Hello? I heard. And then he dipped.
Okay.
Rip.
I don't really have a least favorite Mario game because they're all really good.
Yeah.
Hotel Mario was pretty bad. I've played-
Bro, Mario Missing is some garbage. I'm gonna say that right now.
That's a Luigi game. That's a Luigi game.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. You have a point there. And
Super Mario Paper. I don't like playing those.
But-
they're like the
Honestly,
Paper
I
Marios. You didn't like
played
those?
Any of those?
Nah, an RPG game should not apply to freaking Mario. No.
What?
No.
Mario RPG is lit, dude.
Mario's main goal is to foot stomp turtles and go on with his business.
You know, they said the same thing about Donald Duck and Mickey Mouse, but then they made Kingdom Hearts.
So like I was saying, Super Mario 3D World for the Sony PlayStation 4 is the
No.
And
bro. Look at the Meadows. It's the
Oh,
game of-
I know this is off topic, but have you seen the Mario and Sonic Olympic Games trailer?
No,
Oh yeah, that
Bro,
game was good.
they have a PS4. Bro, you guys need to watch it.
it has a
Bro,
PS4,
they have
a
this-
PlayStation
that-
controller
That
in it.
dude's playing a PS4 with a PS4 controller.
No. So this is how it's gonna go. So they're gonna make the original. They're gonna make a Mario and Sonic game, right? For like the arcade and the Switch, because they usually make an arcade version. And on top of that, since like I guess they want to expand profit, they're gonna be making an official Olympic Games with like regular humans for the PS4 and the Switch as well.
That's cool.
And then they're gonna make a mobile game for like Sonic only.
Yeah, nobody cares. Get out of here with the mobile game.
Oh, well, hold on. While we're on the
Get outta
topic of
here.
mobile, we got Mario Kart Tour coming up. So, any of y'all guys got anything y'all want to say on that?
If it's
I'm
free, I'm
coming for you,
if it's
Game
not,
Days.
just get out of
I'm
here.
coming for you.
Bro, it's gonna be exactly like Super Mario. I mean, like Super Mario Run. You gotta play a little bit, but then you have to buy the rest of the tracks.
Yeah, I was kind of
If it
disappointed
has
with
online-
Mario Run.
If it has online, like that'll actually be kind of interesting.
No, ew, that'll be garbage.
nah,
Online,
ever-
I mean,
just
still.
straight up play Mario 8 Deluxe.
Yeah, it's basically like playing an emulator on your phone. It's not gonna be good.
What do you mean?
But
I mean, like,
Bro, your
I'm
phone's
trying
about
to
to
beat up-
explode.
I'm trying
Mobile
to beat
games
up Game for
are
this.
mobile gaming is really bad.
Yeah, but the
right now.
audience is really big.
bro, I
Yeah,
love
dude,
my,
like it's because they have like crazy phones and all that. Like if
Yeah,
I'm gonna
bro,
get my
phones are-
iPhone 7 and play PUBG Mobile, my phone's gonna explode in like 2 minutes.
Well, there is a
Bro,
Razer.
phones are
They have a Razer phone too.
yeah, phones are becoming like mobile like computers in our hands. Like
Yeah,
they're
but
Bro.
it's still bad.
like no, they're becoming really powerful. Like the ability to run Fortnite. Say what you want to say about Fortnite mobile. Like the ability to run Fortnite on your phone is kind of.
I mean, the graphics and all that's good,
Despite your
but
phone
the
getting
battery
hot.
life.
Nah, if mobile has 60 FPS on some devices. 60
Yeah, but
FPS.
you're gonna get
high
60
settings.
FPS for like 10 minutes because your phone's about to die.
Yeah, and then that's
Yeah,
enough.
but
That's enough
still.
time to cook an egg.
Dude, I can cook an egg on my phone while playing PUBG
No, but you
Mobile.
gotta you just gotta see how far phones have went. Like from the original iPhone till now, like we've made like a big jump. You just gotta appreciate that. No matter what you say about mobile gaming.
You can say the
I
exact
can
same about
appreciate it,
computers.
but it's still
Yeah.
garbage.
No, I know, but we've grown and like it's like smartphones have been around for like 10 to 12 years and like the ability like the things that phones can do now is like insane. It's actually crazy. We can run PS2 games on our phones. We can't.
Bro, you can
Like
say
the
that.
laser.
You can say the same thing about computers, but you could say that 5 years ago. Because
Yeah,
like,
but
computers
Yeah,
run
I
easily.
Okay, so what are we talking about first?
You could
We're
like
talking,
should have
we
run
were talking about
emulators.
the worst Mario
Like-
game, but then it kind of
Yeah,
dragged on
no,
to
but
mobile
at the
gaming
same
for some
time-
reason.
At the same time, computers have been out for like 30 years.
The worst
now.
Mario
Just
game,
saying,
Mario
in a
Hotel.
short amount of time, smartphones.
Bro,
have been
wait,
out.
what did Hotel Mario come out on? I missed that.
CDI,
Hotel-
bro. Dun, dun,
Yeah,
dun,
the
dun,
CDI.
dun, dun, dun,
Oh,
dun,
okay.
dun, 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 dun,
I was like, why did I miss
Worst.
this game?
Bro, we playing Hotel
You don't
Mario.
want to play the
bro.
game. Hotel Mario sucks.
Hotel Mario's good. What are you
What
talking
even
No,
is
he's
the game about?
not.
Yeah,
you
tell me
No,
what,
no.
what is it about?
Okay.
What is it
So
about?
it's kind of like
What's the
it's kind
game?
of like an arcade. It's kind of like an arcade game, right? And so basically, what you have to do is that you have to like you're in a hotel and you have to like close all the doors successfully. Like you go from floor to floor and you have to close all the doors and like there are elevators that like go up and down. You have to just go up the elevator, close doors, go up another elevator, close more doors. And more
What?
doors.
Okay, so
Boring.
basically,
What you mean?
So you're
so
literally
that's
closing
what we're
doors.
doing now. And we're playing games where you close doors. All right, and we're going to elevators.
Bro,
It's
what is
boring.
No.
You
There's
mean
also a
Chelsea?
story mode to it where
Oh.
you have to go through each of the kingdoms and close all of the doors in order to save.
that? Dude, what
Bro,
is
okay,
that?
so we're closing doors now. Is
That
what's going
game
on
is
now.
Sounds
Not even
trash.
fun. It is
Now,
trash.
but hang on,
That
hang on.
you
I
played
think-
is trash.
I think we can all agree that Mario Teaches Typing is the best computer game. Mario.
Look, I don't care what type of Mario game, but that Hotel Mario,
Bro,
the
closing
worst Mario game in
doors?
history.
Yeah, and then
Okay,
Koopas can
okay.
reopen doors.
Porter, let be honest.
Dude,
Even
what?
back in your day, I'm pretty sure you don't want to play a game where you just close doors.
Well, I'm not gonna say too much because I played Timberman versus, and all you do is chop down trees and all kinds of stuff like that.
Yeah,
so
but that's such a weird.
That's
Just
better than
closing
closing
doors.
doors.
That's such a weird thing for a Mario game.
Right?
Well,
It's Mario we're talking about. Like, come on now.
Just close doors.
well, here's the thing. It wasn't even made by Nintendo. It was made by a different company that was given the rights for the
Oh.
characters.
Well, I guess
Ah.
this still counts as Mario.
Hey,
game.
have you heard about
Given
the
rights.
Legend of Zelda CDI games? It's just like the same thing.
oh no, I heard about them, but I never played any of them.
Yeah. It's made by the same people, and it's still really bad.
Oh rip, bro. That
I can't believe Tailspin is the only person I know in history who said that game is good. Not even joking.
Or why does Tails keep leaving the chat?
Then what game's good?
Because I'm here, you know, for the argument.
Tails, if you leave the chat again, I'm not gonna check you back.
All right, so let's wait before we get started. I want to hear. Let me hear this. All right, y'all. So we all came for this main event right here, the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe DLC discussion. Let it open. Let it commence.
No.
Let me hear what y'all guys have to say.
Please.
Let me say my piece first, and then I'll let y'all guys talk. Now, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe
Again.
is a game that technically is Mario Kart 8 with some added features. And then now they're talking about making us pay the potential of paying more to keep the game alive. That's already been active since what, 2015, 2014, something like that. So basically, usually around this time we get a new Mario Kart game, which they decided the Switch we were replacing the Wii U with the Switch. Let's bring all the Switch games or the Wii U games over to the Switch and add Deluxe to them and add some extra stuff and then charge you the same price for the original game. But like I'm like at this point, like for games that were ported over to the Switch, let's not give them DLC. Most of these games already had DLC on the Wii U. So let's not pay any more money for these games that are just ports, basically with added features. Let's just, they charged us $60 for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. We paid the $60 again because we were like, there was no games to play on the Switch at the time, and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe was a good game, right? So we'll go ahead and pay and play your game, Nintendo. But when you try to release Super Mario Bros. U on the Switch and try to tell me, oh, we just added the DLC, we added Super Luigi stages, and we added a couple of characters, but we want y'all to pay $60 again. By this time, we already got a full library of Switch games. Now, if you actually bought the Deluxe U game, I want you to go and go cause bodily.
Tails, what are you doing?
I was just trying to say,
Give me mine.
there's no reason to buy that game at this point. You could probably go, if you really wanted to play it, you could go buy the Wii U version for like dirt cheap. And then like get like Super Luigi U for dirt cheap and just play it like that. But that's my piece on the Mario Kart 8 DLC thing. In other words, to make it short, there should be no DLC for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Now, for you guys, we didn't heard about Billy versus Tails this time, but I'm just leaving it here. Let's have this discussion because we need to get to the bottom of this. But like I said, there shouldn't be any DLC in the game.
Just make it.
Tails keeps leaving, so I don't know how he's gonna defend
Like, I
himself.
told Tails 550,000 times. 550,000 times since the
Plus
19th
Kool-Aid.
or whatever. I try to tell this man, we don't need DLC.
Oh my god, Tails.
Bro, what just happened?
I'm not doing. Tails keeps leaving, my dude.
Okay,
Alright,
so that discussion ended real quick. All right. All right. So let's talk about something else real quick before we get out. We got about 7 minutes. Y'all got any the titles that y'all are looking at eyeing for the summer?
The Pokemon movie.
Marvel Alliance 3.
Pokemon movie? What? Detective Pikachu?
We talking
Yeah.
games.
That's a game.
Oh yeah, they are.
You play it with
Wait,
your
that comes out
eyes.
summer?
You play it with your eyes.
No. Get out of here.
Technically, it comes out before the summer.
Oh, okay.
It's
What other games come out summer? The only one I know is Marvel.
The Marvel
Mario
one,
Maker.
Yeah, the Marvel one.
Mario Maker.
Mario Maker. I might get that. I
other-
didn't get Mario Maker 1, so I might have to get this one.
Other than me, what is it? I heard Bethesda's like about to work on a new
Ew.
Wolfenstein. So
Bethesda.
I'm like,
Ooh,
Bro,
hey,
Bethesda's lit.
did
Get
y'all
out of
see
here.
about the Skyrim grandma being added to Elder Scrolls
Okay.
6?
Okay, let me.
no.
Okay, so
It's
let me
most
just
likely
say. Let me just say my theory. Okay.
What are you
So
talking
like-
That's
about?
just a game theory.
We're talking about summer games.
That's just a theory. A game.
Like I told Tails saying 0 that we didn't need DLC, right? Okay,
Bro, we're talking about
here's the
summer
deal.
games.
don't
Get
wanna
out of
do
here.
this. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this right now. I swear.
We're not.
Hold on. I ain't never
Let me-
get to say my part. Hold up.
I'm not getting into this argument. Oh my god, bro. Porter, take my little
Let's
brother.
talk about summer games. Let's not talk about the war of Mario Kart 8.
Mario Maker
We're about to
2.
have civil war in the Discord. We got Tails' side versus Billy's side. Hey, I need y'all to make that. I need to make. Hey, who made that Civil War meme with
That was
me, bro? I need you to make that again.
No, Daniel, I need you to do the Avengers Has Fallen, the one of Porter. I need to do that one.
Dude, I'm not doing that argument again, okay? Because that was a dumb argument. And there's
Great. So what other games come out summer?
Mario
Okay,
Maker
now
2, Mario
now
Maker
that-
2,
Now that
Mario Maker and Marvel. That's the only ones I know.
Astral Chain, dude. Even see,
That
Billy's
comes
getting
out summer?
dragged out.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Astral Chain.
Astral Chain
Terraria.
was
Out,
lit.
bro.
When is Terraria coming out, my boy? They keep
Bro,
pushing
we
it back.
don't know. I am so mad. We do
I
not know.
Terraria.
But here's the thing: they showed on the update page. They showed a video of the Switch edition, and it's fully done. But they just
Bro,
working
I'm
on
losing
the
hype
design.
at this point.
Bro.
They just don't even want to release it because they hate it.
I'm losing hype.
Bro, freak Terraria, bro.
Bro, why
play
should it be like
Terraria when
$15?
you got-
Bro, if it's $15, I'm not getting it.
15. What do you mean?
Bruh,
I
yo,
bet they'll do 15. And I'm gonna get sad.
I'd get it for 20.
20? Nah, I don't know
Terraria's
about
like
that,
an
Adam.
Nah, nah,
It's
nah.
$9 on Steam. I don't know about 20.
But you're
Yeah,
getting it on the Switch, and you can take your Switch everywhere though.
The most I'd pay
Bro,
for
it was on the 3DS for like how
I
much?
guess-
The
Yeah, but
3DS
the
was
3DS is trash.
Yeah, but it was still on it for less than $20.
No, price. I think 15's a fair price.
Yeah, I was about to say
15?
15's
Yeah.
they
fair.
could technically
Yeah,
charge 30
15's
bucks.
fair.
Bro,
30
It's an
bucks?
indie game.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
30 bucks?
You guys
No,
are ruining
you're going
me.
too far. You're
Don't let me
going
think
too
about
far.
these things. $9,
Right.
please.
Dude, if it's more than 20, I'm not buying it.
Bro, if it's more than 10, I'm not buying it.
I'm not buying it. I'd pay 15 or 20. I'm not buying it for more than 20.
Right,
No
it's
way.
definitely gonna be more than 10. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it's gonna
I'm
be
gonna
more
wait for
than
that. I'm gonna wait for that $50 sale then.
Boy, this is why you save your gold points for this. You have
Bro, I
it.
don't
You
have
have your
enough gold
stack.
coins for them. I got like 200, and that's $2.
I have
You better
500.
You better get to buying, my boy. You better start
I
spending
have
it.
one.
I have 1,000.
Bro, you
Damn, that
guys
man
are
rich.
stupid.
Daniel,
What are you guys buying?
Daniel Rich, my boys.
Yeah, bro, you gotta play it
All
right. Thank you, Rocket League keys.
right, my boys. All right, as we get ready to wrap this thing up, we got like about 2 minutes. All right, so let's
Really
talk.
short.
Let's talk about some potential topics for next time. Y'all got anything that y'all would like to talk about in a future podcast?
If
Thanos.
you really want me to go up against Billy in a debate,
No, we don't. We don't.
This man's like, no.
We don't want you to go up in the billion.
Bro, that's what we need. We need
No,
debate
next
battles.
Podcast. Next podcast. Yeah,
See, that's
it's
my
gonna
little
be
brother.
a debate battle.
This is my
E3.
little brother. He's a fan.
E3 is a good topic.
My little brother is a fan of the
Oh.
quarter podcast. Okay. He's
People
a
think
big-
E3 is dying because Sony and EA dropped out.
All right, so E3. What else, y'all guys? I'm writing them down so we could.
I don't.
I want to win Pokemon Sword or Shield.
And gun.
Bet.
I don't know any
Pokemon-
what is happening.
Pokemon
Oh,
Switchblade.
Disney buying Fox, I believe, or buying. Yeah, they
Why
bought
does that
Fox.
matter?
'Cause they have
Pokemon
X-Men now.
Switchblade.
They have like all these different things that you can do.
They're gonna have Pokemon
But nobody cares about
Sword,
Disney now.
Shield, Gun, and Switchblade.
What else?
Well,
Oh,
what about
VR.
GameStop, my boys? They got a new CEO.
Bro, GameStop's about to die.
Bro,
And I need to get a job there
No.
first so I can get discounts on their
Shaq?
games.
Shaq
Oof.
is the CEO of Papa John.
Shut up, Shaq.
Shaq,
Stop.
yeah.
Bro,
He
we
is.
gotta talk about this.
You're
Hold on,
lying,
writing it
Adam.
down.
No,
We gotta
he is.
talk about this.
April
we need to get
4th?
Porter.
I'm waiting for the
Oh,
April
it's-
We need to
Fools.
get we need to get Porter a sponsorship.
Bro, y'all are slacking. Y'all gotta get that discount on Shaq food.
Oh, dude, I saw that. That's an actual game, I think. And I'm kind of mad that that's an actual game.
Nah. We need to get Porter a
Bro, there was a
sponsorship.
bunch of things. There's a bunch of topics I've been seeing, but I forgot all of them.
Bro,
Obama.
well, if you come up with some stuff, y'all just shoot me a message or at me on the on either of the servers, because I'll eventually get back over to 35 squared and be like, let me see who mentioned me, let me see who brought up my name in conversation.
Oh, I thought you don't even look at those.
Bro, I was in there talking the other day.
Porter looked
Like it was like a white whale sighting. They was like, bro, it's Porter. They're like,
Tails.
Porter coming into the channel
Oh.
35 squared is like seeing Jesus.
Yeah.
they was like, that man Porter's a rumor. And then I show up, they're like, oh snap, it's Porter.
He's like, oh, Porter 35, get out of here. He comes up, he's like, what'd you say? I've come down from the Lazarus pit.
Hey, but
guys,
we have the most people in a live stream chat that we are in a podcast that we had in a while, and it's finally. I'm glad that man Adam finally made it to one.
Let's
Okay.
beat him up. Let's beat him up.
Porter. One question.
Alright.
Sit now,
Where
Adam.
do these podcasts even go?
They go on the channel.
Oh,
Totally.
okay.
Yeah, you go, and then that man Bryce is the SoundCloud engineer. He was
Bro,
uploading them on
I don't think
SoundCloud.
I can upload them to there anymore.
Oh, real?
There's like a limit. There's like a limit on how much you can upload on there.
Do
They
you?
Just delete some.
That I'm gonna delete all of them and just have one.
No, delete them and rename them Season 2 podcast. Dude.
Yeah, so it looks
Man.
like we have a lot of them. You missed season 1.
Yeah, like just delete the oldest one out and then add the newest one. Bad. We got this. We got this.
Yeah.
All right, so who am I gonna hit me up with that? I quit.
I ain't gonna quit.
No, let
That man said I ain't gonna quit.
Let Adam do it.
Ooh, Adam. Ooh, let's go.
Go
All
ahead,
right.
Adam. All right,
All right, so all right, I'm ready for this. All right, so all right, Adam, hit me up with that. I quit for the end of the podcast.
It's like game footage, dude.
That's hilarious. All right, well, I appreciate you guys coming through, and we'll be in that next podcast. I'll definitely put a list out for the topics that we'll talk about and time, so that y'all guys, if y'all plan on coming in, y'all can let me know. But I'll hit y'all guys up in the future. Thank you guys for listening. That came in and listened to this as a recording. But I'll see you guys in the next one. I quit.
This.
I quit.
Oh, he did it. Let's go.
All right.